This is a video about the pencils and erasers and the sharpener that I am using in the Color Along project, and actually not only in the Color Along project, but these are the tools that I use in most of my coloring. Now, the pencil that I used most of the time is this one, Faber Castell Polychromos. It is very high quality pencil, medium soft I would say, and it works just wonderfully. This is the actual paper that is used for the Color Along project, and I have found that this Faber Castell pencil is a perfect match to this paper. Really wonderful. Does very, very well. So if you have a set of Polychromos pencils, then for this coloring project you really don't need anything else. But I am using different types of pencils, so I will show you what else that I'm using. And the second pencil that I use a lot is Bruynzeel Design Full Color. It is an old set, 19 years old I think, not available anymore, only second hand. But Bruynzeel has another set of 48 pencils, and it's a wonderful set as well. The softness comes very close to the Polychromos pencils, and these pencils also do very fine on this type of paper, really very fine. This is a pencil by Tombow, and they are called Irojiten, and actually there are some pencils of this set that I use pretty often. For example, this one, Hydrangea Blue. Now this is a slightly harder pencil with a harder lead. As you can see, it needs more pressure to give its color. I really have to push hard. And I use these pencils in the first layers to add a first touch of shading, or they are also very well for very light colors. I only have 30 of them, so the complete set is 90, and if you have them then you can use them, but there are alternatives for this type of pencil. So if you are thinking about buying pencils, I wouldn't recommend this one. I think I would recommend the Faber Castell Polychromos. Although I love the Irojiten, I'm thinking about buying another set, but a set of Irojitens. Now there is a fourth pencil, Prismacolor Premier, and I do use them also. They are softer than the Faber Castell Polychromos, I think. Yes, they are. And they have some issues, and the issue is the breakage. The leads break easily. And there's another thing about them, and that is that they tend to seal the paper and make it difficult for other pencil brands to layer on top of them. So I keep that in mind, and I mainly use them not as a first layer but further in the process. There are some pencils, absolutely gorgeous colors in the Prismacolor Premier series. So if you have them, they are absolutely, you can use them in this project. Really nice. Now there's a fifth brand that I use, and that is called Luminance by Caran. And I only have a few colors because these pencils are extremely expensive. They are also quite soft. And they are a little more opaque than the other ones. So if I really want to cover something, then I can go to these Caran Luminance, and I only have a few colors. I have a couple of blues, 2 greens and 3 yellows or something like that. Especially the yellows I found interesting because they are a little more opaque than the other brands as well. So if I want to brighten things up a little bit, then I can go to the Luminance pencil. Now, this one, the first one, Faber Castell Polychromos, is my absolute favorite pencil for this particular project. And it has something to do with the combination of the paper and this pencil. It works so beautifully. And I have a set of 60 Polychromos pencils. I bought a set of 60 and I added about 16 other colors. For example, a Payne's Grey, because Payne's Grey was not in the set of 60 pencils, and I think Payne's Grey is I cannot do without Payne's Grey, absolutely not. So if you want to buy anything for this project, Faber Castell Polychromos is doing great. How many pencils do you need for this project? Well, I have over 300 pencils, and I can assure you I'm not using all of them in this project. For example, I have some that have like this, very bright neon colors. I'm not going to use them, but there are some things that you need to be aware of in your set. I think if you have a set of about 48 pencils, then you will do fine. But 60 pencils is even better, and 72 is even more better. But what you have to think about, and I'll write it down for you, make sure you have, from every color you have a light, a medium and a dark, because I'm using that. So for example, I'm using a light yellow. I'm using a medium yellow, and I'm using a dark yellow. Now you can do that for every color. I have a light green, medium green, dark green, and the blue, and the purple, and then we have red, and we have orange, and we have pinks. I'm using pinks as well. Then we have browns, and there's something to say about it, because you have browns and you have ochres and all sorts of browns. So I will put in ochres as well. Now, light ochre, medium ochre, dark ochre, that is not really really the case, and I'm also using grays, light, medium and dark, very important, and a black. I'm not using that black pencil very often, but I'm definitely using it. So if I do a little math, (11 times 3, 33 pencils. Am I saying that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, I'm counting in Dutch. 11 times 3 makes 33 pencils. So, if you can get this, and I think with a set of 48, you are pretty close. More pencils are very, very welcome, because it will be much easier to match the colors that I'm using. But if you don't have that particular color, then you can ask me a question and I will make a video about how to blend or how to come close to that particular color. So this is it. So I recommend, I do recommend Faber Castell Polychromos, this set of 60 pencils, wonderful. If you have something else, wonderful too. You know, these Polychromos are great, but I also read about other pencil brands, and you don't need very expensive ones if you don't have the money for this. I recently read about somebody using Crayolas, wonderful results. The Marco Renoirs are good. I've seen beautiful things happening with them too. So pick a set that you can afford, and well, we are going to get there together, certainly. Now, what else do I use? I use this one quite often, and this is very handy. This is a Derwent electrical eraser, and I happen to use it very often in this project, so I really recommend this Derwent electrical eraser. If you cannot find it, that's okay, we'll manage to do it differently. Maybe a kneaded eraser can help you with. And there's also this Faber Castell Perfection eraser pencil. Look, this is an eraser. You can sharpen it. And because I'm using this Derwent eraser for the, you know, if I want to be very precise, this one can be very precise as well. So this could be an alternative. But I have found that the Derwent electrical eraser, it is not that expensive. So I will put a link in the description below, and you can check it. Another eraser that I'm using is this one, Faber Castell eraser. And what I like about this one is that it has this sharp edge. Now I've been using it a lot. It is it comes much bigger when you buy it. Look, I lost a lot already, but this is working very well also. So, and this is my sharpener. I'm only using this one. It is called, the brand is Dale, and I believe the costs are €1.65. I can, because this blade is getting a little blunt, so I can remove this one. This is a spare one, and I can put it on top, and then I might do that the next couple of days. So this is what I use. Oh, and maybe I'm not sure yet, but I think I will be using this one too. Staedtler Pigment Liner 0.05. It's the same brand as the famous Joanna Basford uses. And I've been using this for almost 15 years. I also use it for making architectural drawings, sketches, floor plans, stuff like that. So, and I noticed in my drawings and also in the prints, there are tiny areas where I would like to, maybe would like to change things a little bit, and this Staedtler Pigment Liner will do the trick. It can also be very helpful to have a tissue or a sheet of blank paper to cover your drawing with and to place your hand on if you are coloring, because I've noticed that the paper can smudge a little bit. The colors can smudge, and if you want to keep everything clean in your drawing, then placing a sheet of paper underneath your hand may help. But you will see me do that in the videos. So what I also have here is a large brush, because if I have to do a lot of erasing, I want to get rid of the dust that comes off, and I'll use this one because I don't want to smudge. So I hope this video gave you some useful information. I will put links to all the stuff that that you saw in this video, so you can take a look at it, and well, if you decide to purchase anything, you're of course very welcome doing so. But again, do not buy pencils you wouldn't buy. You don't have a feeling just only because I have them that you should have them too. That is not true. Just if you have a decent set of pencils. And one thing that you can think about is if you are lacking, for example, a light gray or an ochre or a light or dark brown, it may be interesting in purchasing something, a pencil in open stock. But if not, that's okay. I will assist you in getting great results with the pencils that you have available. So, one last thing. If you start coloring, then you need two other things, and that is a good cup of tea and a great piece of chocolate. And then the fun can begin. See you in my next video. Bye bye.